Here's the sound. The sound. The organ sound. Are you ready to listen? The sound. The organ sound.
Have you ever tried to approach a Scandinavian person and they fled in terror? Yeah, there's a reason for that. I have a trick. Want to learn it? Okay. The reason why Scandinavians have a tendency of fleeing when people come up to them is because we do not like confrontation. I can only speak as a Norwegian, but it's a well-known Scandinavian thing that we are not very fond of direct confrontation out of the blue. We do not like participating in unanticipated small talk. Like all of a sudden you have to be on cue and you have to be able to like small talk. We do not like it. For instance, if you want to talk to a Norwegian person or a Scandinavian person, this is what you have to do. Look really confused. Walk as if your day is just progressing and just happens to be walking past them. Do not single somebody out. This is the biggest error people make. It's the, I have chosen you. I'm now making a direct and purposeful way to you. You have been chosen as my target. Yeah. We do not really respond well to that, and that's why they look like this when you walk up to them. And that's why they hurry away. However, if you look really confused and walk just as if you coincidentally just happen to pass them and you go, excuse me, I look really confused throughout the whole thing, okay? You should fiddle with something, and you should be shifty and be more preoccupied with what you're doing and obvious, like pondering with your face, like, yeah, that's what you should do. Then people will help you. Because we do love helping people. It's just we do not like directness. Because in Scandinavian history, there has been a little bit of a homicidal sort of, if we're direct, that means there's a really good reason why, and it's like on. Yeah. So that's why we react very, very badly. Because it's all about self-preservation, and confrontation never, historically speaking, led to a warm, fuzzy conversation. So look really confused and then ask them what you want to ask them and then say thank you and leave. Have you ever encountered somebody that you've met before, maybe at a party, and they've avoided you? It's not because they don't like you. However, if you're a really annoying person, it's probably because they don't like you. But that's a universal thing. However, in Norwegian typical stereotypicness, it's not because they hate you and they want to avoid you. It's just our way of being. So if you want to acknowledge their presence, a nice intent look into their eyes and a nod, and you will be considered a really nice person that they would not mind meeting again. If you, however, get really intense, they will flee you like the plague. Because you are a confrontational, intense person that interrupted their daily events and made them really uncomfortable. And if you really want to talk to them, when you walk past them, say a quick hi underneath your breath. Just even like if you're going to do the hi, look not too enthusiastic, like just like a courteous sort of hello, because anything else is a little bit intense for us Scandinavians. Have you ever bumped into a Scandinavian person or they bumped into you and you feel they're really rude because they didn't say they were sorry, or if you said that you were sorry, they looked horrified and walked away backwards, like backtracking away from you? Yeah. Norwegians do not look at bumping into somebody as an event, as something that had happened, unless you make it into a big deal. Like, that's not a big deal unless you make it into something that's a big deal. And to make that into a big deal is viewed as rude, because then you're stopping their daily plan and they're being interrupted and they have things to do and you are interrupting them by making a big deal. So you are actually the one being really rude. So you should say a quick, I'm sorry, under your breath. This is key, under your breath, or say nothing. Say nothing and walk on. Walk it off. It's not an event unless you make it into one. That's how you should try to get along with Scandinavian people and Norwegians. I'm just helping you out. I hope that will help you. Yeah. Do you find it very strange that all of a sudden when people drink, they act like they have no social inhibitions and they are your best friend? It's because that's how Norwegians are in a nutshell. We're kind of like, everything is fine. And then on the weekends, it's like, it's on. Hugging everybody. So don't be offended if they act like nothing happened afterwards when they're sober. It's just a Norwegian way of being. You can talk about it next weekend. Like, I remember what you did last weekend when you were really drunk, like now, when you're feeling like you can talk about it. If you start bringing it up when they're sober, not a good idea. Then you're the rememberer. And nobody likes a rememberer, okay? I think that's a universal thing. Nobody likes the, I remember what you did last night. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. It's a accepted, unspoken social code. We all know what happened. Nobody's talking about it. If you found that informative and you feel like learning some more Norwegian social norms or learning some Norwegian, just check out my channel and my lessons and whatever else shenanigans I've been up to. I do challenges, I learn people Norwegian, I do lots of stuff. And you can subscribe and then you'll be all informed with everything I post. Isn't that lovely?